It was a hot fight for the 6th European Tram Driver Championship. 23 teams from 14 nations had traveled to Santa Cruz on Tenerife to find out who is best. Who was best in the end? Well, we will tell you in a moment. Before that, it should be noted that the host, Vetro Tenerife, celebrated its 10th anniversary with the championship. Happy birthday again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Vetro Tenerife.
It might come as a surprise to streetcar fans, but yes, since 2007 there is a tram rolling again in the capital of the largest Canary island. Although the entire existing network was abandoned completely in the 1960s. That's why new material and best conditions were waiting for the 46 participants. After the official welcome, the team presentation and the introductions into the competition disciplines, the training began. Driving a streetcar underneath palm trees. Tram driver dreams coming true. Beautiful weather, but also hard work as well, I have to say. From morning to night. But we have so much fun. At night, it really gets exciting for the first time. During the driver's welcome party, the starting positions are raffled. Tenerife as the host and Budapest as the current European champion are set on position 1 and 2. Whatever comes after that is in Claudia's hands. As the starting list is ready for Sunday, it's time to grab the chance to chat with all the European colleagues. Wine and Canary delicacies create the perfect atmosphere to discuss advantages and disadvantages of every single position. The next morning, accompanied by a brass band, the participants move into the competition area, with teams from Dublin, Jerusalem and Malaga taking part for the first time. Carlos Alonso, president of Tenerife, declares the championship opened and, at exactly 11 a.m., Tenerife, the local matador, starts as the first team. Vicente Rodriguez speeds the 40-ton train up to 30 kilometers an hour and starts to brake, so that the streetcar is stopped directly in front of a barrier. Crooks at this point, once it is set, the braking power cannot be modified when the sign brake is passed. No, that was 1 meter too much. 0 points here. The closer to the mark, the more points, of course. His teammate Candida, meanwhile, is on the way to the dummy. This is a discipline where you need to estimate the width of the 2.4 meter tram correctly. Hands up and go. The challenge at this point, the streetcar swings more in the end of the turn than at the front. No, 0 points again for the Spaniards. The distance between train and dummy was too close. Next is the direction change. A quick cabin swap and high focus now. Because even for pros, stopping a tram with the fourth door exactly in one mark is a very tricky challenge. No, Vicente lost his hat somehow. 0 points again. But it's not over yet. The fourth discipline is to stop the streetcar so precisely that the end of the train stands exactly on mark. And here he does a great job. 500 out of 500 possible points. Now he has to jump onto the next train on track 2 for streetcar bowling. The ball is 1.5 meters high and must be slammed into the pins by the train. Depending on which pin falls, there are up to 630 points to be gained. Vicente scores 90 before he finally runs to stop the time. Tenerife's start with 1,120 points was quite good, but the competitors were better. At first, Viana storms the top with 1,530 points, but has to let Bergen pass. The best on the first run is Thilo Corbin from Frankfurt, with 500 points at the perfect stop, 300 at the overrun test, and the best time ever scored within the first run. It is clear we found a halftime champion.
Ich bin fertig. Ich bin so fertig. Jetzt komme ich ja dann dran und der Druck ist schon hoch.
I'm totally exhausted. The pressure is really high. Thilo was high class. He did super. That is so much fun. The thrill. My heart races because you feel with all your colleagues. So at the beginning of the second run, everybody was still excited and is still thrilled. The field starts with position 23. That's the team from Zurich. And Christoph Engelmann does a super job. 500 points at speed and break, and 300 points at the perfect stop. Not only number one for that moment, but for the half of the second run as well. But then comes Pala. Diana Martin from the suburbs of Madrid masters the dummy and the overrun test with 300 points each. And she scores incredible 570 points at the bowling. Number one, but only for a short time. Berlin starts directly after that. 1 year ago, when they hosted the championship, the Berlin team ended 11th. And maybe that's why Franka Sonntag wants to push her luck a bit. Dummy, 350 points. Perfect stop, 400 points. Overrun test, also 400 points. This woman seems to be unstoppable. 420 points at the bowling on top. Madness. Best time ever and the lead for the Germans. Did we already find the new European champion?
Geil!
Und unerwartet.
Aber wir sind durch, ja?
Wow, we've made it in the deepest sense. It is really hard, but it's also so much fun.
Macht einen Mörderspaß.
To cut it short, the Berlin team did have fun for quite a time. Neither Budapest, champion in 2016, nor Leipzig, vice champion, nor the local hero Tenerife found a way to stop them. Until Karim Anouche and Corinne Leroy from the RATP Paris started their run. But what was still possible coming from position number 6, everybody asked? Well, 200 points for speed, perfect stop 400 points, overrun test 500 points. This man never showed any nerve. 450 points at the bowling, that means incredible 3,390 points in the end. Number one in front of Berlin. But what were those points worth with 5 more teams to come? Dublin, Stockholm and Vienna did a good job, but not good enough. And also Bergen showed weaknesses and fell behind even Berlin. So it was up to Sandra Kuhn from Frankfurt to stop them. But the German lost her nerves. 50 points for the speed and break, 50 points at the dummy, very good 400 points at the perfect stop, and 300 points at the overrun test were not enough in the end to push the French out of the game. They were simply unbeatable that day. We thank all the teams that supported us, especially Lyon and Brussels. They were there the whole long day. That was really great. The organization was also super. Also the people here in Tenerife and all the other teams are so wonderful. So for the second time after 2013, Paris lifts the trophy and becomes European tram driver champion. At the end of the day, the president of Tenerife hands over the baton to Wolfgang Arnold from the Stuttgart Public Transport Authority. On May 4th and May 5th, 2018, the call will be heard there again. On your mark, get set, tram.